So who are the 144,000 that are sealed from every tribe of Israel in Revelation chapter 7? Those who believe in a pre-trib rapture called dispensationalists believe that there are literally 144,000 Jews who'll be saved and set apart and come to faith in great hardship and persecution in the Great Tribulation. And they'd say that's what it is, a literal number of Jews during the Great Tribulation. Others say, no, if you'll see the visions in Revelation, they're often twofold, the second part explaining the first. So when it speaks of 144,000 from each of the 12 tribes, that's just describing the church overall, all the saved. The church is the new Israel, because immediately after that, it then speaks of a multitude that no one can number. Actually, I don't go with either of those two understandings of the text, but let me say, because it's in the midst of visionary material in the book of Revelation, I'm not dogmatic here, but this is what I understand. Let's take a look. Revelation chapter 7, verse 4. Revelation 7:4 says this, "And I heard the number of the sealed, 144,000 sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel." So what we have is 12 times 12,000. It does obviously speak of a fullness. And it's significant to me that after it describes this fullness of Israel, it now describes the fullness of the nations, where John sees a multitude that no one could number, all saved out of great tribulation. I do not understand this as just an end time prophecy only, because throughout this church period, throughout the period since Jesus died for us and rose from the dead, we have been in a period of tribulation and testing. But I believe it is speaking literally of a final harvest of Jewish people, that there will be a fullness of Israel. Paul speaks in Romans 11:25 of the fullness of the Gentiles coming in, so multitude no one can number. This is the culmination of the ages, so not just the end time, but culmination of the ages, and then all Israel being saved. I believe this is a prophetic picture of all Israel being saved. Now, one of the tribes is missing. There's another tribe there. One of the tribes is missing, okay? So why isn't Dan there? That's debatable, and I don't have a definitive answer for that. But this much is sure. We are not just looking at something of visionary value, and we don't quite figure it out. I believe we should look at it carefully and say, does this point to a fullness of Israel? Just as there'll be a massive harvest all around the world, there'll be a massive turning of the Jewish people to the Lord. I believe many scriptures speak of it. This is one of them. The fullness of Israel turning to the Lord.